All right, let's talk about love. It's a word we throw around for everything, right? We love pizza, we love our partners, we love that new show. But what if I told you the most powerful kind of love has almost nothing to do with our feelings? And that sometimes it isn't very nice at all. Let's dive in.
So let's just start with this question right here. Is love always nice? Is it always gentle and comforting and just agreeable? We're about to dig into a really different idea of love, one that might just flip how you see it completely. Most of us, when we hear love, we think of an emotion, that warm, fuzzy feeling, right? A deep affection, a powerful attraction. And sure, that's definitely part of the human experience. But the concept we're exploring today goes so much deeper. It suggests love isn't just something you feel, but something you do, a deliberate choice and a powerful action. Okay, so in this first part, we're going to move past just feelings. We're going to define a type of love that's rooted in something way deeper and, frankly, a lot more stable than our emotions, which, let's be honest, can change pretty fast. The term we're going to use is agape. In Christian theology, agape isn't really considered a human emotion at all. It's defined as a divine action. Now, notice those key words: unconditional, self-sacrificial, and an act of the will. This means it's a love you actually decide to give, whether you feel like it or not. And this really shows you how different agape is from the kinds of love we're maybe more used to. You've got Eros, which is romantic love, and Philia, which is friendship. Those are totally natural human emotions, but they often depend on things like attraction or shared interests. You kind of get something back. Agape, it's presented as something else entirely, a divine quality that doesn't depend on whether the other person deserves it. So, okay, if agape is an action, what does that actually look like? What do you do? In our next section, we're going to break down the specific actions that really define this powerful idea. So here are the core pieces. First, it's action-oriented. This is a constant, deliberate choice to seek someone's genuine well-being, whether they ever return the favor or not. Second, it's self-sacrificial. It's not about what you get out of it, but what you're willing to give for their benefit. And third, and man, this is a tough one, it means active, relentless forgiveness. Let's just pause on that for a second. It keeps no record of wrongs. Really think about what that means in our daily lives. This kind of love just refuses to keep that mental scorecard of all the time someone messed up or hurt us. It actively works to wipe the slate clean, to reconcile, to restore. That is a radical idea, and it's a deeply challenging act of the will. So we have this picture of love as this self-sacrificing, forgiving action. But this brings us right to the heart of what we're talking about today. What happens when seeking someone's true good isn't, comfortable? What happens when it has to be tough? And here's the paradox, right? If love is supposed to be patient and kind, how can it also be confrontational? If it's not supposed to be rude, can it still be tough? Well, according to this framework, the answer is a huge yes. And the reason why? It's all about the goal. See, true agape love isn't focused on making someone feel happy in the moment. It's focused on their ultimate long-term good, and that means prioritizing what's true and what's right, even when it's super uncomfortable. It means confronting destructive behavior, not out of anger, but for the purpose of helping them get back on track. Think of it like a loving parent who has to discipline their child, not to be mean, but to help them grow into a good person. This verse is fascinating. It actually connects not confronting someone with hate. The logic here is that if you truly love someone, you can't just stand by silently and watch them self-destruct or hurt others. So in this view, loving confrontation is actually the opposite of hate. It's an act of courageous care. Now, this whole idea of tough love can be twisted and misused really easily. So it's so important to look at the ultimate example. The source material points straight to the actions of Jesus Christ as the perfect demonstration of how agape can be both incredibly sacrificial and incredibly tough. Let's just break this down. When Jesus cleansed the temple, that wasn't some random temper tantrum. It was a forceful, disruptive action against corruption that was getting in the way of people's relationship with God. When he called his close friend Peter Satan, wow, that was a harsh wake-up call to stop him from putting immediate safety ahead of a world-changing purpose. And then the crucifixion is presented as the ultimate act of tough love, enduring unimaginable suffering for the ultimate good of others. So here it is, all put together. Tough love isn't just about being harsh for the sake of it. It's agape in its most difficult form. It is the conscious, willing choice to put someone's long-term spiritual health over their immediate happiness, or even your own comfort. It's choosing the painful good over the easy feeling.
So, what does this all mean for us right now? We've walked through agape, its actions, and its really tough side. Let's get to the final takeaway. At the end of the day, if we accept this definition, that love isn't some feeling we just fall into, but it's a conscious choice, an act of the will, then it leaves every single one of us with a really profound and personal question. It means you don't have to wait to feel loving. It means you get to decide to act in love for the true and highest good of others, even when it's the hardest thing in the world to do. So, the question is, what will you choose?